What if comets are not falling out of control? What if they are following a perfect path written by gravity? These mysterious objects have traveled through space for billions of years. But why do they move toward the sun without crashing into it? The answer begins with the birth of our solar system. A comet is not a burning star. It is a frozen world made of ice, dust, and rock. A piece of ancient material left behind billions of years ago. Comets are like time capsules from the early universe. They preserve clues about how planets were formed. Most comets come from two distant regions: the Kuiper Belt and the mysterious Oort Cloud. Far away from the sun, they remain frozen in darkness. Some stay there silently for millions of years, until a small force changes their journey. A passing star or another object's gravity can push them away. But a comet does not fall straight toward the sun. Instead, it begins a giant, curved path through space. This path is called an orbit. A tiny change can completely alter a comet's future. As it approaches the sun, the frozen surface begins to change. Heat turns ice into gas and releases dust into space. This creates the glowing cloud around the comet. Scientists call this cloud the coma. Then the famous comet tail begins to appear. But the tail does not follow behind like airplane smoke. It always points away from the sun. Because sunlight and solar wind push material outward. From Earth, a comet looks like it is falling. But gravity is simply bending its path around the sun. The comet is not falling without control. It is continuously falling around the sun. The secret of a comet's orbit is balance. The sun pulls it inward with enormous gravity. But the comet's speed keeps it moving forward. Together, these forces create a stable journey through space. Without gravity, the comet would fly away forever. Without speed, it would fall directly into the sun. This is why comets can travel for hundreds of years. Some disappear into darkness before returning again. But their paths can change over time. A small gravitational pull can create a completely new orbit. The biggest influence often comes from Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. Jupiter's gravity can dramatically change a comet's direction. It can send a comet back into deep space, or push it closer toward the sun. This invisible effect is called a gravity assist. A giant planet can become a cosmic slingshot, changing a comet's journey without touching it. Sometimes, this creates a dangerous new path. If a comet crosses Earth's orbit, scientists begin tracking it carefully. But most comets are not a threat to our planet. Space is so large that most pass safely by. Scientists use telescopes to measure their positions. Then, computers calculate their future paths. However, comets are not always easy to predict, because they are also pushed by gas escaping from their surface. These tiny forces act like weak natural rockets. Small changes can become important over thousands of years. When a comet enters the inner solar system, the journey becomes far more extreme. Dot near the Sun, a comet enters a dangerous environment. The intense heat begins melting its ancient ice. Gas and dust escape from the comet's surface. These powerful jets can slowly change its orbit. Some comets survive this extreme journey. Others break apart and disappear forever. If a comet falls into the Sun, it does not create a massive explosion. The Sun is simply too large and powerful. The comet is heated and absorbed into the solar atmosphere. But even a destroyed comet leaves valuable clues. Comets are frozen time capsules from the early solar system. They contain ancient water and chemical materials. Materials that have survived for billions of years. By studying comets, scientists learn about our origins. They discover how planets and space materials formed. They may even reveal clues about the beginning of life. A comet is not a sign of destruction. It is a message from the ancient universe. When you see a comet crossing the night sky, remember that it is not falling without purpose. It is following a path created by gravity and motion. A journey shaped by billions of years of cosmic history. Every orbit tells a story about the universe. A story of gravity, time, and endless movement. Comets remind us that space is always changing. Nothing in the universe is truly standing still. These frozen travelers connect us to the past. They carry memories from the birth of our solar system. And they continue their silent journey through darkness. The next time you see a comet, look beyond its glowing tail. You are seeing a piece of ancient cosmic history. A traveler shaped by gravity, heat, and time. A reminder that the universe is still moving. And its story is still being written.